Hey, everybody. Welcome to the February Discmemberment of the Civil Gore podcast. I'm your host, Tim.
And this is Brian. It's kind of weird, even though we did this once before when we say our names and like you can actually visually see it.
Yeah, I know. And I like your background, Brian.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't know how much longer I'll last with all these people behind me, but if they ever break through, but it should be okay. But if you notice, I'm debuting the new camera today, which I know I look a little orange. That's just because the lighting in this room is horrible. But if you notice, I am much clearer.
Much clearer, yeah.
Tim can tell you because he's seen me on the old camera about a million times already, and it's just horrible.
Yeah, I think last time we had our Christmas backgrounds because we skipped a January video dismemberment,
Yeah,
even though we did the audio, but we decided to go back to the video because Cody said she really likes the video. So
she did, and we have to appease Cody because
she's the
what she
intern.
does, especially just for the podcast, but at the dismemberment specifically of keeping her tome of film historians. And there's one this week. I think she may like try and like disown us as a podcast. I don't know if you looked ahead
I
at one
haven't
of
looked
the.
ahead. We'll
Okay,
keep it
you're in for a
as a
treat. There's one
surprise.
I really long backstory for one of them.
All right, well, let's get right into it. These are our Blu-ray releases for the week of February 7th. And we'll start things off. There's a Warm Bodies from 2013, a steelbook of that, if you're interested, but I'm not going to go into detail on the steelbooks. The first one up is from Arrow, and this is The Vagrant from 1992. A businessman buys a house, but he has a hard time trying to get rid of its previous tenant, a dirty bum. I had never heard of this Bill Paxton vehicle, Brian. You said you've seen it. I've never seen this.
Yeah, years ago. It's a horror comedy. Like very Bill Paxton-y at parts. It's due for a rewatch on it. Sorry, I'm just moving my seat here. I'm due for a rewatch. And when I watched the trailer again, I'm like, yeah, I definitely got to watch this one again. This was a
Yeah, it
fun
looks
one.
pretty wacky. This one has a brand new 2K restoration by Arrow Films from a new scan of the original camera negative. Vagrant Memories, a new interview with director Chris Wallace. You're in Hell, a new interview with star Marshall Bell. Barfus Homicide, a new interview with star Michael Ironside.
Morphous.
Han- I guess you had to see it. Handling His Property, a new interview with star Colleen Camp. Theatrical trailer, Image Gallery, reversible sleeve featuring original and newly commissioned artwork by Robert Hack. First pressing only, illustrated collector's booklet featuring new writing by film critic Chris Halleck and Vagrant superfan James Piercy. So there's a
Yeah,
Vagrant superfan out there.
I know. Well, I feel you and I will be one day like we want our podcast to be there, but we'll be listed as a super fan of something, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Now, I know this is a little late in recording here, but I probably should ask you. Probably, I don't have my headset on this time, which is weird. It's a first, so it feels a little weird. Hope you're not getting an echo kicking back. I guess.
Nope.
Okay,
Nope.
good.
That sounds
Good.
good.
Sorry. See, you get a little behind the scenes when we do these video ones.
Yeah.
That's your bonus, your free Patreon perk that you don't have a Patreon for. Um, Next one is by Lightyear. Is that new?
we've
I feel
no,
like
we've had them before.
we have.
Yeah, very rarely though.
I heard there's a good buzz on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was terrible. Anyway, and this was Return of the Swamp Thing 4K from 1989. Swamp Thing is a hero of sorts, rescuing attractive horticulturist Abby from her stepfather, Dr. Arcane, whom she suspects is behind her mother's death. This one was like definitely more comedic.
It looked like it from the
Yeah, and it
trailer.
was not. I remember. I mean, Heather Locklear was fun in it, and she was big at the time. I mean, definitely if you're looking for the true Swamp Thing type of Swamp Thing element of like the original is still to me the classic. I mean, this one used to be
Yeah.
always on cable. I used to always watch it, but I mean, it's not bad. It's just different vibe than the first one. Okay.
DC announced James Gunn took over the DC uh, movie line,
Oh,
right?
right, yeah.
And they announced a Swamp Thing horror movie is coming.
Oh, that'd be
So
good.
that's gonna be cool.
Yeah, because well, I didn't get to watch the show, but you said it was good, right?
I watched. Funny enough, I never finished it. I watched like the first two episodes, and it was really good. And then that's when the whole thing, like DC universe, like the DC streaming site imploded, and
Oh,
everything was
right.
like taken off, and then it was canceled. And then for some reason, I just got lost, and I never went back and finished it. So
Mm.
unfortunately. But it was good. I mean, the two episodes I saw were good.
I mean, James Gunn does a good job with stuff. I think he'll do a good job. I'm actually that'd be cool, a good like horror thing for that. But I guess before we get into the horror swamp thing, there is a lot of special features on this disc here. It's got the new 4K restoration, of course. It's got new documentary here, Reflections on Swamp Thing, 35 years later, interview with producer Michael E. Uslan. It's got a new Riff Tracks music video for Your Ever Loving Swamp Thing by the Riff Tones. That's probably entertaining. An audio commentary from director Jim Wynorski, of course, classic. Jim Wynorski did one of our favorites, Chopping Mall of all time. And did you see there, by the way, they're doing a new Chopping Mall, like Killbots. It's like the remake or something, but I hope.
I had heard rumors of it.
I saw it. I think it's really starting to ramp up now because I saw something and people were saying that Kelly Maroney has to make an appearance. I agree 100%.
Oh, absolutely.
Whether it's a cameo, whether it's her character again, something, but she's got to be in there for that. Interviews with director Jim Wynorski, editor Leslie Rosenthal. Sorry, it's so small though to print on this one. Composer Chuck Serino and Lightyear Entertainment executive Arnie Holland. Somebody that got like the executive of the distribution company. It's got original theatrical trailer, 6 promotional TV clips, 2 TV spots, 2 Greenpeace public service announcements. I wonder if that's real or fake from the movie. I don't know. 1989 promo reel and a photo gallery accompanied by Chuck Serino's film score. That's nice. That you don't really hear that often, where they give you the photo gallery, but they have like a little score with it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Release number 4 here. We got number 4 on our rundown. We kind of skipped over our pick of the week. This one's also by Arrow.com for Murder from 2002. This high-tech psychological thriller is set in the shadowy world of the internet when the internet was new.
Yeah, 2002. Remember, this is from, so.
Yeah. Sandra Brummel is recovering from a skiing accident in her boyfriend's mansion and accidentally contacts a possible killer in an internet chat room. She and her friend Misty enter a virtual game that becomes all too real. I don't like dated tech movies from the early 2000s. It just cringes me. Like that X-Files episode with the killer computer. I had to watch that the other day because I was going through my X-Files and I was like, oh, this is so bad.
Are you following along with Jeff Whitmire's like X-File rewatches or just regular?
No, I didn't know he was doing an X-Files rewatch.
Yeah, he has like a weekly X-File like tweet along thing he does.
Oh, I need to check in on that. Yeah, I'm up to season 3. I'm going back through and watching the whole thing.
That's a show I never really watched, but I've always wanted to get into to watch all the because they always say it's like Twin Peaks kind of cousin. Almost.
Yeah, I watched when it aired. I probably watched through like season 4, but I never at some point I fell off, so I feel like I need to go back and finish the whole series. So yeah. I mean, I saw episodes here and there of the later seasons, but I really wanted to go back through and just say I'd seen all of them.
Is it on a streaming service?
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
Oh, Hulu. Okay, great.
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
Yeah, maybe I should check that out. I need to get into my X-Files things. Oh, but anyway, yeah, this one like Tim wrote a dated tech. To me, it's like you can't. This day and age, you go back and look at something like that, and it's not even like nostalgic. One, it's like
bad.
It's nostalgic. It's not enough back, but it's back enough that you're like. Yeah, I'm not buying that. But the best, they have the cheesy tagline event in cyberspace, no one can hear you scream. So they went with the whole aliens thing. But
it's bad. It does have some good extras though. It has the making of .com for Murder, a featurette on the making of the film. .com for Murder, the unknown story, a new featurette in which producer director Nico Mastorakis revisits the production. Archive interviews with Roger Daltrey and Huey Lewis. So I guess they did the soundtrack. Original trailer, image gallery.
Huey Lewis is in it.
Oh, really? Well, he did some acting
on one spot or two. So,
reversible sleeve featuring original and newly commissioned artwork by Graham Humphreys. First pressing only illustrated collector's booklet featuring new writing on the film by David Flint.
I heard David Flint is kind of like the spark to this whole resurgence of this movie. Keep that Flint. I think he comes back later or something, or another Flint. I think might come back into this. I think
he just likes writing illustrated collector booklets.
He might, yeah, I think so. We got one from Mundo Macabro. Yeah, we need like a visual too. And now that we're doing the visual dismembers, not only we need the audio, we need like Mundo Macabro. But we need like the count, like Sesame Street hands, like the four fingers. Like the whole.
One look
I
up.
know. Yeah, we need something like that. We'll work on that.
I like they're the only publishing company that we do anything special for, but I just like saying their name.
Yeah, kind of is, but it's worth it though. It's it's got a kind of cool name to it. This one is "Don't Deliver Us from Evil," from 1971. Says two young convent girls become friends and decide to spend the summer together. However, their innocent bicycle rides and walks in the country soon develop much more sinister side. Influenced by their reading of forbidden books, they decide to explore the world of perversion and cruelty. They find a victim and use their innocent exterior to seduce and destroy him. Once they've stepped over the line, they find it impossible to stop. And soon they are contemplating the ultimate evil act. Hugely controversial, this film is banned for blasphemy and never has been released in the U.S. before. I say we send it right to Florida and have them have a massive screening.
That's cool.
Yeah. This one's got a 2K restoration of the film from the original camera negative. New interview with director Joel Seria. I think, well, this is that tilde. Actually, I don't know. It's probably Joel Seria, but it's a little thing on there. New audio commentary by critic Kat Ellinger. She's only critic there, but we know her well. No, it's a him, isn't it?
No,
it's a her. Which is the one I always get messed up.
Kim is a he. Kim Newman's the he.
Sorry, Kat Ellinger. We know her. Never mind. Sorry. It's been a while from this last Discmember. We had that extra week in there. Archival interview with actress Jan Goupel. Archival interview with writer and critic Paul Buck. At least
his name's easy to say.
Yeah. A 16-page booklet by Louis Balbo. Not Balboa or anything.
No, not like Rocky Balboa.
Yeah.
Next one up is from Full Moon Features, Baby Oopsie 2 Murder Dolls from last year. The Bloodthirsty Baby is back. I love these movies. I'm sorry. Yeah. The Bloodthirsty Baby is back after being possessed by the powers of darkness and enabling Baby Oopsie's grisly killing spree. Sybil snaps to her senses and vows to save her demon-possessed friend Ray Ray while doing battle with two new tiny terrors hell-bent on opening the gates of toy hell. I am all over this. I love these movies.
Yeah, Full Moon one looks like, I wrote basically simple. Looks like more Full Moon fun, and you know what I mean. Anyone that knows Full Moon, you have to know what you're getting when you go in. But if you know what you're getting and you appreciate it, they're always fun. Yeah. See, you know what I love about Full Moon? They are so like, I don't care. I'm making this movie. It could be zany, it could be fun, could be cheap effects, could be good effects, could be gory, silly, whatever it is. But they're so confident in what they're sending, and that's it. They're giving us like whatever they want, which is usually ends up what we want because it's fun. No extras on that one. Yeah, there's no extras, but I bet you they'll add some because usually Full Moon like sneaks some extras in here or there. At least some trailers or something usually. Yeah, it's always that, and it'll be on the Full Moon site too, which I still subscribe to every year because I actually have fun with that. I tend to check in on that like once a month. Actually, check out what to do on there. Then there's next one is SRS Cinema, and this is Night Feeder, 1998. Okay, so this was a doozy. I don't even know what this thing is. Hopefully the description will help. But this fear chokes the freewheeling underbelly of San Francisco's punk scene as killer stalks the night to feed an unspeakable appetite. Community suspicion focuses on disease. It's capitalized. I don't know. A band that is tainted by groupie deaths, allegedly induced by the drug DZS, and on the creeper, in quotes, a misshapen outcast from the bowels of the city. A writer probes the gruesome murders, and the story hits close to home as the web of death devours neighbors, friends, and lovers. I mean, that didn't even help. That is very confusing description. It looks like a soap opera. It's weird. It does. The film style. I don't know. Yeah, there's a scene where a vagrant is skewering a rat, and that was kind of realistic looking. Yeah, this trailer does it no help. So you either want to take a gamble on that one, go ahead, but yeah, got nothing for you there. But I do have something for you here. This is our pick of the week. Yeah. Brian and I both agreed on this one. Shout Factory's release of Bubba Hotep Collector's Edition 4K from 2002. Fun movie with the great Bruce Campbell. Yes. Elvis Presley is still alive, now in his late 60s, but confined to a rest home in Texas. Here he recounts how he escaped fame with the help of an impersonator, now left to wonder what could have been, all while trying to battle the soul-sucking mummy Bubba Hotep, who enters the rest home at night and consumes souls. This one has a ton of great extras. Again, fun movie. Disc 1 is the 4K Blu-ray from the original camera negative restoration. Audio commentary with writer-director Don Coscarelli and actor Bruce Campbell. Audio commentary with author Joe R. Lansdale. Audio commentary with The King.
Disc 2 is the Blu-ray. Previously unreleased
I
featurette
like Jim the King.
Bubba Hotep filming locations in and now. Another unreleased featurette, Bubba Hotep Egyptian Theater premiere. Yet another previously unreleased featurette, Bubba Hotep at the Toronto Film Festival. The King Lives, an interview with Bruce Campbell. All Is Well, an interview with Don Coscarelli. Mummies and Makeup, an interview with makeup effects artist Robert Kurtzman. The Making of Bubba Hotep, To Make a Mummy, Makeup and Effects. Fit for a King, Elvis costuming. Rock Like an Egyptian. How celebrated composer Brian Tyler created the stunning score. Bubba Hotep, the music video. Joe R. Lansdale reads Bubba Hotep. I don't know if he's reading the whole thing or not.
I know. Is he reading the whole script?
Deleted scenes with optional audio commentary with Don Coscarelli and Bruce Campbell. Footage from the Temple Room floor. Archival Bruce Campbell interviews, music video, theatrical trailer, TV spot, photo gallery. So your typical Shout Factory packed collector's edition. If you like that movie, which I really do, it's a fun movie. That's definitely an easy pick of the week for me.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
All right, so to recap the week of February 7th, we had Arrow's The Vagrant from 1992, the Bill Paxton vehicle. Return of the Swamp Thing 4K from 89, .com for Murder from 2002, Don't Deliver Us from Evil from 1971, previously never released in the U.S. Baby Oopsie 2 Murder Dolls, Night Feeder from 1988, and our pick of the week, Bubba Hotep Collector's Edition 4K from Shout Factory. Brings us to a very, very short week of February 14th, so not a lot to give to your Valentine on this day. Only two.
Well, you would have technically bought beforehand. You would have bought last week.
If you waited to the day of, you probably don't deserve.
Yeah,
but I will say
you could have bought Bubba Hotep for your significant other.
If my Valentine got me either one of these discs, I would be happy. I'd be fine.
Yeah, this one could have been either one pick of the week. I think the one we picked only because of the extra stuff with it. It's more of a bigger set per se.
The first one is from RLJ Entertainment. This is Dark Glasses, which of course is the last year Argento movie, which I was really looking forward to because a lot of people don't like his modern stuff as much as his older stuff. I really liked this one.
I did too. I thought
it was enjoyable, and I thought it was different enough from his other movies that I liked it. The description here is Diana, a young woman who lost her sight, finds a guide and a Chinese boy named Chen. Together, they will track down a dangerous killer through the darkness of Italy. No extras listed for this one, but again, if you catch it still on Shudder, so check it out.
And that was the premiere they did. Remember they did that like special like Friday night. It was during their 60 whatever their
days of the Halloween thing. Yeah, that was part of their feature. We got to watch it early. I did watch it early.
Yeah,
which is kind of cool.
That was really good. Yeah, I was excited. We were hoping. I remember Ken and I were hoping it was either I think Scare Package 2. We were thinking it was going to be a premiere, but turned out to be that, and that was a total surprise. I didn't expect that to be the movie. I remember I watched it that night and actually had a great time watching it. I
hope they do more of those where they do a sneak peek type thing.
Yeah, I mean they tend to do it usually around that time. But you're right. I think Shudder should make that more of a consistent thing, like every so often, because I mean I know a lot of people watch Shudder on demand. I don't think. Sometimes it's fun to kind of turn on Shudder. You almost get like that cable channel effect. Yeah. And there's 3 streaming on Fire Stick. You go on there and there's 3 streaming.
I think it would be it'd bring more attention to the Shudder TV piece.
Yeah,
which is what Joe Bob's on. That's their live stream thing. I think it'd bring more attention to it for people who don't know about it. So
yeah, I mean they should even do like live shows, like weekly shows.
Yeah, I would totally do that. I mean, I would totally tune in for that. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean Joe Bob is super successful for that reason, and it's why not do more of it? I think Shudder's missing. Well, right now, Shudder's in that flux thing right now, but we're lucky we have them still. Anyway, the pick of the week though, as you can see, this is going to be a really good one, and why it just edged out the other one. I mean, and this one is from Arrow, so Arrow's always got those good sets. It's Giallo Essentials White this time, and it's 1971 to 1975. I think they have different colors each one, right?
Yeah, we've done red, yellow, black. I think.
Black, that's different one. I'm waiting for the box set of all of them,
just like the whole rainbow.
The whole color spectrum in one box set. Probably be $300. I don't care. I'll just buy it then. So this one includes several movies here. It says The Night Evelyn Came Out of the Grave, The Iguana with the Tongue of Fire, and The Suspicious Death of a Minor. So I guess this is the one with the longest titles.
I love these titles.
I know they're so great. What's that one like? And it's on one of our. I think it's on Tubi. That one where remember Something Is Your Thing and Only I Have the Key or something. That one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That one's on Shutter. I mean, Tubi right now. Actually, I saw it the other day. Anyway, so here, sit back because there's a lot of discs on here.
This one's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, this one's got a bunch of stuff here. So his first is a special feature and technical specs. It's got 2K restorations of the original camera negative for all 3 films. Original Italian and English font. Oh, front and end title. Sorry. I'm used to seeing a font, because I thought it was like this. If it said subtitles,
it's probably the original font too.
End titles, it's not subtitles. Rigid box packaging with
in case you want to throw it at somebody.
I know it's like what is it like?
Or the guy kicks it to your porch.
Yeah, it's got packaged with original poster artwork and a windowed Giallo Essentials collection slipcover. So I don't think the other ones have that. Do they?
I think they do. I need to get these though. They're really cool.
I do. I think I just want to find out if there's going to be a mega box. First.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to buy this and then have this massive box set with like something bonus thrown in and then have to spend another few $100s. I don't know how we can find out, but I have to dig deep in the internet there. That dark internet that mentioned in the other movie.
We'll go back to 2002.
Yeah, we got to go back.
Or the dark internet.
Yeah. It's got the usual traditional here. Reversible sleeves for each film featuring original and newly commissioned artwork by Gilles. And I'm reading that because there's one vowel and like 17 consonants. No, it's ranks. Ranks. Graham Humphreys and Chris Malbon. So here's disc 1. It's got this is The Night Evelyn Came Out of the Grave. It's got Autokamite by Troy Howarth, which of course we know him. He's the posh Englishman. He's not teamed up with Nathaniel Thompson right now, so he's just a posh Englishman. He doesn't argue with anyone, as far as I know. Got an exclusive introduction by Erica Blank. Interview with critic there, Stephen Thrower. He goes back and forth.
He goes back, but he's been a critic for a while. I think he got like permanently demoted.
I know. Did what happened? Did he get
I don't know.
Or could it have been our fault? Did he get tired of hearing his name and his no baseball record?
But please don't list me as a historian anymore.
Yeah, he's like, I will gladly take my status down if you stop talking about me. I don't know. We got to find out. It says The Night Erica Came Out of the Grave. Exclusive interview with Erica Blank. The Whip and the Body. Archival interview with Erica Blank. Again? Okay. Still Rising from the Grave. Archival interview with production designer Lorenzo Baraldi. The original Italian theatrical trailer. Okay, now we're on disc 2. This is the Iguana with the Tongue of Fire. And here's where Flint came back. Okay, so it's audio commentary by Giallo connoisseurs Adrian J. Smith and David Flint. Now I know why Tim did this. Normally we don't do the critics or things.
It's got to be normally it's got to be a historian, but
yeah, they're gonna be, and I like that they're connoisseurs. So,
but Giallo connoisseurs, I could not pass up.
Yeah, so I did dig a little deep digging on these guys. So apparently Adrian J. Smith, the J stands for jolly, and he's always happy and upbeat, which kind of adds a weird contrast to the Giallo films he discusses, because there's usually not a lot of happiness in these. Now here's the thing, David Flint. So I had to really look him up here. So apparently before becoming a Giallo connoisseur, he was a connoisseur of a different kind, and that was for pastries. Tim, did you know this?
I did not know this at all.
Yeah, he made his love into a business though, and he opened up a small bake shop. Unfortunately, cracking myself up. Of course, unfortunately, called Flint Scones.
It's amazing how many film historians had pun businesses. I
know. Well, I think that's what attracted us to them with these things. But this unfortunately led to confusion and a copyright infringement lawsuit, forcing him out of the business. But like his name suggests, though, through another spark of genius, he fell back on his second love, and that was the Giallo film. And he studied them so in depth that he can quote just about any and every line from any Giallo film. And fun fact, he still enjoys a good scone every now and then. And in fact, apparently he brought some scones for Adrian J. Smith for this very commentary track recording. And to no one's surprise, it made him happier. So there you go.
Good luck writing that one down.
Cody. I know. Cody, I apologize. But, it was too good not to tell his whole story. I mean, it was there for the telling, of Chameleons and Iguanas, a video appreciation by the cultural critic and academic Richard Dyer. So again, he's not necessarily a film historian, but he's got a lot of cachet there. We need to talk to him. So being a cultural critic, he had some culture experiments, such as a failed luxury music festival called Dire Fest. And we've talked about him before. He was only in there once. So I wanted to do that. So yeah, Dire Fest didn't do well. He also wrote a piece exposing the falsehoods of the movie industry entitled Dire Pants on Fire. So yeah, that was him before he became a cultural critic and academic. So
these guys.
Poor Cody. At least that one she wrote already.
Yeah.
Considering Cipriani, it says appreciation of the composer Stelvio Cipriani and his score to the Iguana with the Tongue of Fire and DJ. Oh, by DJ and soundtrack collector Lovely John. Why couldn't he be a film historian? We should have put him on there. Lovely John. You think they say like they're like, oh look, he's here. John, how you doing? He's like, lovely. I think he goes with your that other guy. What was his John the Leper or whatever, that guy from that other movie?
Oh, Blind Jimmy Leper.
Yeah, Blind Jimmy Leper. Maybe he's like Lovely John is his like counterpart or something. The Cutting Game, an interview with the film's assistant editor Bruno Michelli. The Red Queen of Hearts, a career-spanning interview with actress Dagmar Lassander. Original Italian International Theatrical Trailers, Image Gallery. Okay, and then the last one doesn't have that much on it. It's Disc 3, which is The Suspicious Death of a Minor. Audio commentary by Troy Howarth. Of course, we know him again. Author of So Deadly, So Perverse, 50 Years of Italian Giallo Films. Violent Milan.
I want to get that book so bad.
I know. We need to get that. Violent Milan, interview with director Sergio Martino. I feel like that he's on every of these discs somewhere. And then Original Italian Theatrical Trailer. So that is a doozy. There's no reason. It's obvious the reason we picked that one for.
Yeah, it's just packed, and you got 3 movies there. So yeah, it's February 14th. We had that one, Yellow Essentials White, and Dark Glasses from last year. February 21st is a little bit bigger week. We got 6 releases. Yeah, 6 releases. We're going to skip over our
and it's funny, this one I feel like should have been the Valentine's Day week because these next movies are all like nudity films.
Yeah, it's got all the erotica on this one. Horror erotica. First one up is from Blue Underground. We got a pair of these, so get ready. We got the Marquis de Sade's Justine 4K from 1969.
I just laughed away. You're like, oh, we got a pair of these.
There's some pairs for sure.
Yeah.
A woman named Justine is used and abused by all manner of perverts, freaks, and sexual deviants. So my comment for this one was film me like one of your French girls.
That's an in joke. I don't know. Should we even describe it? I don't know. Should we even tell that?
We can describe it. Yeah. We use the phrase "draw me like one of your French girls" to a certain member of our party.
And really, even if we explained it, I don't think it would make much sense at this point. I think it'll have to come out on like one of the round tables. I think that's going to.
It probably will. It'll probably come out on the next round table.
Yeah, it probably will. Actually, you're right. It was funny, and it was like at the time it was like perfectly timed, but it's taken a mind of its own, and
it really has.
Way too many people now.
It comes up almost daily now. But this one, you've seen these movies from this time period. It's you know what it is when you see it.
Yeah, it's French speaking and bubes.
Bubes, lots of bubes. This one has a 4K restoration of the film from the original camera negative. New on set with Jess. Interview with star Rosalba Neri. New audio commentary with film historians Nathaniel Thompson and Troy Howarth. Which,
now they're back.
When they get together,
the Statler and Waldorf team is back. What do you think they're arguing about in this one, though?
I don't know.
Are they arguing in French?
The Perils and Pleasures of Justine. Interviews with director Jess Franco and writer-producer Harry Allen Towers. Stephen Thrower pops in on Justine. Interview with the author of Murderous Passions, The Delirious Cinema of Jesus.
Now he's not even a critic. He went down one more rung.
Now he's like a random book writer now.
Yeah.
French trailer. The newly expanded poster and still gallery. New Deadly Sanctuary, the shorter U.S. version in high def. Limited edition embossed windowed slipcover, just like that Giallo box, I guess.
Yeah.
First pressing only for that one. This one
like the new O cards that they replaced. That's what
I must admit I'm kind of curious about this one, but it looks very
Yeah, but what is the mark? It says Marquis de Sade's Justine. Like why is it like that pretense like in there? Like the Marquis de Sade's part. What is that?
I don't know. Title? Yeah, that was part of the title.
Oh, I thought he was like the like when he like Stephen King Presents, I thought it was some guy walking around saying he was a Marquis de Sade and he was doing movies.
He presents from what was he? like what was his time at 1700s? Yeah,
Yeah, I
he's
don't like. Does he
presenting
come
from the
back? Like,
1700s.
is he like the Elvira of the time? He like, but what was there like something like the movie Stay Tuned with John Ritter? Remember, he was the Marquis to something that when he went back into one of the
Oh
channels.
gosh, it's been so long since I've seen that
Yeah,
one.
that was a great movie. I loved it.
Yeah, that was a great
Um,
movie.
anyway, so the next one is
Along the same lines.
yeah, along the same lines. Again, Blue Underground. I think it's the same. Like it's Jess Franco also.
Yeah,
Oh look, there's where your pick of the week went. Somehow it went to the middle.
I did not pick this for my pick
No,
of
I
the
know,
week.
but then we lost it. But I wonder what was there. We probably
uh,
lost a special feature in there
oh,
somehow.
that's all right.
Oh, and it was
Don't.
probably a film historian. But I think. Oh wait, I bet you if I hit it in the comment, let's see. It was Troy Howarth again. Okay, that's
Oh
all we
yeah,
missed. Okay,
yeah.
good. Love see. Look at that. I mastered that dark internet from 2002 or whatever. Anyway, this was Eugenie. And it's not like Robin Williams playing a genie or anything. It's
No, I dream of Eugenie.
1970. It's an innocent girl again, right?
They're always so innocent.
I know. She goes to spend the weekend on an island with a woman and her brother. We don't know, just a woman and her brother.
Mhm.
But soon she finds herself entangled in a web of dreamlike sexual experiments. And
So,
Tim just wants again to film him like as one of his French girls. And I just wrote more bubes, and I wrote Jess Franco, so no wonder. But here's the catch to this one. It's guest starring Christopher Lee. They
yeah,
got him in this.
yeah,
So
he got into this. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know how they pulled that. Then maybe this was the Marquis de Sade magic or something. I don't know. But anyway, this is got the 4K restoration of the film for the original negative. New Jack Taylor in the Francoverse. The Francoverse. What is the Francoverse? It's got to be all just boobs.
It's all
Literally.
boobs. It's all boobs all
It's
over the
just
place.
a multiverse of boobs. Says interview with star Jack Taylor. And then Tim's pick of the week is the commentary track because
This was not my pick of the week. I
no,
promise.
it's not even close. But yeah, it was another commentary with, as we said before, with Nathaniel and Troy. Perversion Stories interviews director Jess Franco, writer producer Harry Allen Towers, and stars I don't even know how to say his name. Lil
Jadal?
and Christopher Lee. They even got him for the commentary of this. Wow.
Wow.
Back then. And it's got Stephen Thrower. He's back on Eugenie, an interview with the author of Murderous Passions of Blu-ray Cinema of Jesus Franco here. Okay. Says theatrical trailer, newly expanded poster and still gallery, and a limited edition embossed windowed slip cover with alternate title. First pressing only.
Oh, wow. After that, I don't know how you follow those two, but
well, yeah, but look, it's one of our favorites.
Yeah, Quiver Films, The Retaliators. We talked about this. We had an interview with them.
Yeah,
2021.
One of our favorites from last year.
Yeah, an upstanding pastor uncovers a dark and twisted underworld as he searches for answers surrounding his daughter's brutal murder. This one has cast interviews, music videos, and music features very prominently in this one, and a trailer.
I kind of wish our interview was somehow snuck in there. We had a great interview with those guys.
Yeah, that was a really good interview.
That was a fun movie. Definitely get that. That would have been my pick of the week if it wasn't for Shout Factory coming in and stealing the thunder.
Oh, they do it. Shout Factory put some disc in there.
Yeah, but if there's a movie of the week to watch, that's the one.
Yeah,
Retaliator by far. Next one is by Cleopatra, and that's The Long Dark Trail. Is after two impoverished teenage brothers manage to escape their abusive father, they embark on a treacherous and haunted journey in the hope of finding their strange mother, who has joined a sadistic cult deep in the woods of northwest Pennsylvania. Needless to say, they did not have the best parents.
Yeah, this one looks kind of folk horrorish.
Yeah, or fold horrorish as Tim.
Fold horrorish as I typed it, but
Tim's having a whole mess of a time with this.
I could not type today, but yeah, it looks kind of cool.
Fold I'll give it a shot. That's when they bend it just a little bit.
Yeah, it's origami based horror.
Yeah, it is. So anyway, there's nothing really on this disc at all, is there?
No. Next one up is from Kino Lorber. This is The Werewolf of Washington from 1973. A reporter who has had an affair with the daughter of the U.S. president is sent to Hungary. There he is bitten by a werewolf and then gets transferred back to Washington, where he gets a job as press assistant to the president. Then bodies start turning up in D.C. This one, okay, so the werewolf makeup looks ridiculous, and the title looks ridiculous, but the trailer plays it so serious.
It does, actually. It's really cool, the trailer.
I thought it was going to be like a comedy or a spoof thing, and it looks like they completely played it straight. Now I want to see it that much more.
Yeah.
Because it looks pretty amazing. So,
and right now, what's going on there? I kind of wish there was a werewolf in Washington to take care of some things.
or you could go hire. What was that movie I watched? FDR, American Badass.
Oh
where
yeah,
it's fighting
yeah.
werewolves. This one has the 2021 director's cut, original theatrical release version, interview with Milton Moses Ginsburg by Jake Perlin, a critical discussion with Simon Abrams and Sheila O'Malley, theatrical trailer, and TV spot. And that brings us to our pick of the week. Brian, I'll let you take that one away. I think this is a pretty good one.
This is a solid one. I have the first one. I don't have the second one, but I think I need to get this. I may just upgrade. And I think my first one was kind of on the bare bone side anyway. And that's Slumber Party Massacre 1 and 2 4K. It's first one was 1982, the second one was 1987. These were both fun movies. I loved them both. Second one was different, way different style.
Way different, yeah.
Way different. Joe Bob actually featured that one, if you remember correctly.
Yeah.
Last
That's
Drive-In.
where I
don't know if
first
it was
saw
Last
it.
Drive-In special, or was it a regular Last Drive-In? It might have been a.
I can't remember, but that's where I first saw.
Yeah.
I had not seen the sequel till the Joe Bob feature.
Yeah, and I actually got my brother and his wife. We watched that because I said, "Oh, you got to watch Joe Bob. It's let's watch it because we're there." And for the weekend, and so we watched that one, and they actually enjoyed the movie. It's kind of a fun movie, the second one, even though it's a totally different style, but it's still really good. But anyway, so this is the first one. It's a new 4K restoration of the film from the original camera negative, audio commentary with director Amy Holden and actors Michael Villela and Deborah DeLiso. And again, look, that's a slasher with a female director, which was really cool. Because at the time there weren't a lot of slashers like that directed by a female director, so that was really good. Sleepless Nights, The Making of the Slumber Party Massacre, interview with actor Riggs Kennedy, alternate title sequence, theatrical trailer, K teaser trailer. I'm not sure what K means, but still gallery. Then on Slumber Party Massacre 2, you got the new 4K restoration of the film from the camera negative, Slumber Party Massacre 2 unrated cut, which I don't think I've seen. Didn't know that existed. I don't think Joe Bob showed the unrated cut.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Because I was about to say, unless that was the one on Shudder, I haven't seen the unrated.
Yeah, I may have to pick this one up. This one's got an audio commentary with writer, director, producer Deborah Brock. There you go, another great female director for the to have for this franchise. Producer Don Daniel and story editor Beverly Gray. Sleepless Nights, revisiting Slumber Party Massacre 2, theatrical trailer, video trailer, and a still gallery.
Very nice. So to recap, the week of February 21st, we had the Marquis de Sade's Justine 4K and Eugenie 4K if you want some boobs.
Yeah, if you want 4K boobs. That's 4K
boobs, there's your pair.
Yeah.
The
Not pair of boobs, pair of
a disc, yeah. The Retaliators, one of our favorites from last year. It actually came out in 2021, I guess. The Long Dark Trail from 2022, The Werewolf of Washington from 1973, which looks really interesting, and then our pick of the week, Slumber Party Massacre 1 and 2 4K combo from Shout Factory.
I think it came out, it was done in 2021, but I don't think it really released out until 2022.
Yeah, a lot of times they'll hit the film circuit.
They're off on a lot of their dates due to the pandemic. I think nobody bothered to check. I think a lot of stuff left their original dates.
Yeah.
On there. Because I'm pretty sure that it was when we saw it, it was just released. So I don't know how.
Yeah, or sometimes they pick when it first hit a film festival or something.
That's true. Yeah, I may have because I remember they did say that was hit a lot of festivals. So,
but sometimes until they might not be released, but it may be hitting the film festival circuit.
Yeah.
All right. So last week of February 28th.
I'm glad you get this one because I don't even know how to say this.
Yeah, this one, there is a original Scream 4K Steelbook if you're into those coming out this week. But the first one up here is from Lionsgate Films, and it's Betwixt Now and Sunrise, the authentic cut from 2011. I'm so confused about this because
there's Twixt and Betwixt, and I think they're the same movie.
I think they're the same movie, but for now they call it Betwixt Now and Sunrise, the authentic cut.
Yeah, because on IMDb it has them both, but they're the same. It's really weird. I could not figure it out. I posted the trailer I posted was just for the original one.
Yeah, I think this is almost like they changed the title for the director's cut or whatever, the authentic cut or whatever they're calling it. Writer Hall Baltimore, in career decline, comes to a small town during a book tour and becomes involved in the murder investigation of a young girl. In a dream, he is approached by a youthful ghost named V, whose connection to the murder is unclear. But it does have Val Kilmer
And
And
Elle Fanning. It's got a good cast.
really good cast. I had all I could think of because we kept going back and forth between Twixt and Betwixt was the car dealership
Oh yeah.
episode of Seinfeld where George gets cheated out of his Twix bar. And he's going,
That's one of my favorite.
Twix!
Yeah, that
It
whole
is
episode by
because it's
far
got
is one of my. Yeah.
classic putty, and it's great. It's
That is like one of those Seinfeld episodes. If you really want to show someone a good example of how good that show was,
yeah,
that's one of them. Because literally,
it's
I think the Seinfeld ones work best when they're literally in one location and just like, and it's a situation that everyone's been in, and it just
yeah.
the whole thing just goes like that. That's why the Chinese restaurant episode is so classic.
Well, I like any episode where George is getting mad at something
Yeah,
because I love his frustration, and this episode was so influential that to this day, anytime I see a Twix bar, I have to go Twix every
yeah.
time, every time.
Well, yeah, and like the other one too, the Chinese restaurant. It was George upset. Remember that? Like the
Yeah.
best thing.
Those
in
are
that
the
when he was
best
like,
ones where
he
George
goes,
gets upset.
yeah, he's like, she called. He said Cartwright, and he's like, but you're not Cartwright. Of course I'm not Cartwright. And he, it's just total classic. The only drawback to that one is that Kramer wasn't in it, but you know,
Yeah, if y'all have not seen, if you haven't seen the Twix episode, you have to go watch it, or at least watch that scene, the whole scene where he gets cheated out of his Twix.
Yeah, and the best is that the mechanic that like he has like this foil with the mechanic the whole time, and he makes the candy lineup. Goes,
yeah, the candy lineup.
They're all Twix. And then the one lady, like everyone like taunts him like accidentally. Remember the lady's like, for candy. She's got the milk candy bar in his mouth. Now I
gotta go back and watch that. I gotta go watch that tonight.
I know. I have to go back to watch that. Yeah, because aren't they all on? What are they on? They're on. Is it Hulu?
They're one of them. They're one of the streaming sites.
One streaming has all of them. I mean, I
Yeah.
also have all of them on DVD, but yeah, I gotta watch that now.
Oh my god. Okay.
Anyway, now that we've gone off course,
now we've gone through the Seinfeld podcast. All right.
We need to do that would be some. I'm sure there's many out there, but that would have been a fun podcast to do at the time.
Or rewatch Seinfeld rewatch.
Oh, okay. So the next one is the pick of the week.
Yep.
Did you ever get your copy, by the way, of that?
No. No, I did not.
I have to follow up on that. Well, maybe it's because maybe you'll get it soon. I remember the one I did took a while to get, so maybe but we can follow up on that. Anyway, so we're all talking about something that people have no idea. Anyway, let's go to the next one though. Next release is from Umbrella Entertainment, and that's Undead from 2003. It says peaceful rustic Berkeley is a charming fishing community. Is it? I'm thinking of Berkeley, California. It's not a charming fishing community where life is sweet and the people are friendly, and all that is about to change. It's a zombie film. It looks like the most generic zombie film out there. I'm sorry, but you know how Tim and I feel about zombie films. They have to have something that's special at this point. We've found a lot of them that did.
This was 20 years ago when zombie movies were not special because they were just, that was the new thing. That was the hype. So they're all the same.
Yeah. And even then, I'm like, I mean, would you I guess you can consider, right? Like Last of Us is kind of in that genre, but even though it's done in a different reason of that. And that show, by the way, is fantastic. We almost have to do an episode on when that's all wrapped up. We should do like a season thing for that because that show is just absolutely fantastic. But anyway, it's this one's got audio commentary with directors Peter and Michael Spearing and cinematographer Andy Strahorn. On the set of Undead, Attack of the Undead short film, Making of the Undead, homemade by Dolly Video. I'm not sure what that is. Homemade Dolly Video. Okay. Is it Dolly Parton though?
Yeah. She just makes an appearance. Hey y'all.
Actually, hey y'all, bless your heart watching this film. Okay, no.
I can't watch it. I'm too scared.
Yeah, it just gives me the wheelies. Okay. I don't know what kind of horrible impersonations we both did on poor Dolly Parton, who we adore to the end of time. But anyway, it's got a CD soundtrack on there, which is interesting. It's got a booklet featuring an essay by B.J. Colangelo, a poster with new art by Chris Barnes. Okay.
All right. Next up is a doozy. This one's Attack of the Beast Creatures. This is coming at us from AGFA from 1985. Survivors of a shipwreck wash up on an island and run into small vicious creatures, which look like homemade versions of the Tiki Terror doll from Trilogy of Terror.
It does, right? I mean, like thousands of them, though. It's like
And it was funny because the trailer says a DIY feature or something. I was like, "Whoa, you you hadn't told me, I could have never told
I know,
that
right?
this was a do-it-yourself movie.
Yeah.
What are the chances? It looks pretty low budget. Restoration of the original theatrical version from the 16 millimeter camera negative. Partial commentary. I guess he gave up halfway through.
Yeah, and
Even
that's
the
what I'm
director
thinking.
couldn't
I'm
make
thinking
it.
like he's like about an hour, and he's like, you know what, guys? No, I'm sorry. There's nothing
I
more
got
to
to go
say
pick
about
up
it.
my dry cleaning. I'm just done.
But it is by AGFA, and I like AGFA's releases. I like that they do a good job of promoting the lower, like they promoted that one film that I've been screaming at the top of my lungs to anyone will listen to as one of the best found footage, that when the Possession de Altair, which I'm dying for you to see.
I want to see it so
I
bad.
almost feel like I should bring like my little portable Blu-ray player and that to New Jersey HorrorCon. We're all there and force us to watch it all because it's so good, and it's not streaming anywhere. You can only get it, but you can get it on Blu-ray at a relatively good price off of Amazon. And I actually was talking to some guy on Instagram about that. But anyway, it was AGFA that was the one that promoted it on their page, and I got into a whole conversation with someone about it and got them very intrigued to see it. So
this also has interviews with Mike Stanley and writer Robert Hutton, test footage, preservation of the VHS version from the 1-inch tape master.
1-inch tape master, was it? I don't even
Who knows?
understand.
I don't know enough. I don't know enough film stuff.
Anyway, classic flicks. I feel like this one is like not new. Like it might be new to our Discmemberment, but I feel like this is the things you see like classic flicks, like in the gas stations. You know, they have those really thin cases that are in there, and it's got that label classic flicks. I could be totally.
This is totally available at your local Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, like you know those ones with they're so thin they're in like the cardboard envelope. Yeah, like that. I feel like that's what this is, but anyway.
Oh my gosh, that's totally.
Yeah, this one is The Night Has Eyes. It says, okay, here we go. Just a long description for this. The school teacher Marion Ives visits the Yorkshire moors. Oh, they went to see Matt, her buddy
Matt from Yorkshire.
Yeah, where her friend Evelyn disappeared a year ago.
Did she just come out of the grave?
I know, she must. I bet you she does. Oh, that'd be a good like multiverse thing. Caught in a violent storm, she takes refuge in a large, lonely house to which she is grudgingly admitted by Stephen Derrimond, reclusive pianist, traumatized by his experience in the Spanish Civil War. A lot of backstory here. While Marion finds herself attracted to Stephen, she also begins to suspect he may have something to do with her friend's disappearance. Yeah, this just looks.
It looks kind of generic.
Yeah.
I would watch it if I saw it on TCM or something, but
yeah, like I feel like it's one of those things, or at a gas station. Image the original script PDF. That's cool though. Kind of like they have the original PDF of the script.
Yeah,
I don't know how you access it, but
the next one up is also classic flicks.
Yeah,
you can find this one next to the Slim Jims.
Yeah, this one's right there next to that and the Kit Kats. Yeah,
it's called The Human Monster from 1939. I've actually seen this movie.
Really?
In London,
this one looks cool. At least I'll say
it does. Yeah, this one's actually really good. In London, the Scotland Yard detective Inspector Larry Holt is assigned to investigate a series of deaths. I just copy and paste these, folks. I don't write them.
Yes.
Apparently in accidents. However, a further inquiry shows that all the victims are men without family. An insurance policy released by the insurance agent, Dr. Fyodor Orlov, and the beneficiary is a home for blind administered by Professor John Dearborn.
Punctuation, people, please.
Punctuation is great. The most horror comes from this movie is English teachers who read this description. When Henry Stewart is found drowned, his daughter Diana comes to London and helps Holt and his American partner Lieutenant O'Reilly in their investigation. I really don't remember much about this one. I know I've seen it because I remember when I was watching a lot of Bela Lugosi movies.
It's got Bela Lugosi or Tim's Logic Professor. We don't know either one.
One and the same.
Yeah,
one and the same. So that brings us to our pick of the week. Brian, I'll let you take it away. Now, you might be surprised at our pick of the week because this movie has been released so many freaking times, but there's a reason why it was our pick of the week.
Yes, and this is from MPI Media Group. It's a Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, but it's in 4K, 1974, and it's actually got some really great special features, including a never before seen one. So that kind of edged, I think, it ahead of all the other ones. I mean, there really wasn't a lot of competition, but and considering one all that thought of as Seinfeld, the other two we never heard of. The one is just schlock. So, but seriously, this could have been a one at the end of the week. And for some reason, if you have been living under the biggest rock on the planet Earth could ever find, I'll give you the description anyway. A tale of 5 friends en route to visit a grave in Texas who end up falling victim to a family of cannibalistic psychopaths. And also one guy named Franklin, he has a knife.
I'll tell you
Anyway,
what, this movie, I've always
yeah,
said it's in my top 5.
yes.
It, I feel like I love it more and more every year for
This is
some
one I
reason.
would love to get to see in a theater, like one of those, one of the retro picture show things like that that come in my
Yeah.
way. I'd love to see this in.
I think I read the Gunnar Hansen book
Oh, I want to
about,
read that. Yeah, yeah.
which was his whole biography. It's not really an autobiography because it's strictly about him making the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but there's so many, he dispels so many misconceptions, so many rumors. He tells so many cool stories from the set. It's really good. I think it made me love the movie even more.
Yeah, this is.
So,
I'd love for someone to come out with like a really good like now current. Now that we've gone like through. There's a lot of years of horror, but now even like in the last couple of years, have been some things. I'd love for someone to do just an essential horror watch list. This by far has to be on there.
oh
By
yeah.
far, this has to be on there for that. But I think I'd love to get someone to come up with a really good like list of that, and I'd be curious to see what other people would think. But because some people like now like are getting into horror and by like through the modern stuff, but they have no clue of where inspiration might have come from. Where Joe Bob does a good job of kind of opening those in search of documentaries really give. I know for our generation, a lot what really got us into horror because of those '80s and then we kind of went back on our own to the '70s because we kind of grew up there. But so I'd love to see like a more modern day list, and this one would obviously be on there on any list. But
Yeah.
anyway, so this one's got the 4K feature film. I'd like to see that cleaned up. That probably looks really nice cleaned up.
Oh, I
Although,
can't wait.
I don't want it too cleaned up. I like the old grittiness of this. That's part of its charm.
Yeah.
I mean, you
It's
can't
interesting.
don't clean it up too much. Clean it up to the point of where it's like watchable, but still the
Yeah, the
grindhouse
grindhouse
feeling.
feel.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
graininess, the roughness. Because that helps this picture. Anyway, so it's got an audio commentary with writer, producer, director Toby Hooper, and actor Gunnar Hansen, and cinematographer Daniel Pearl. Audio commentary with actors Marilyn Burns, Alan Danziger, and Paul A. Partain, with production designer Robert Burns. Audio commentary with Toby Hooper, solo. Audio commentary with Daniel Pearl, editor J. Larry Carroll, and sound recordist Ted Nicolau. But that's a lot of commentary. That's 4 commentaries on
4
this alone.
commentaries.
Great. Yeah. Disc 2. Now here's the one that like this is this big selling point for even if you have the disc before and you keep saying I'm not going to buy it again, but this is why you might need to buy it right here. It says a never before seen feature-length documentary, The Legacy of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So I'm not sure what that entails, but just any feature length documentary on this, sign me up. Number one, but two, like the fact that it's never before ever seen, it sounds like it intrigues me again. But anyway, so it's got that. It's got the Cine Family presents Friedkin Hooper, which is probably a cool little documentary short there. Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Shocking Truth, Flesh Wound, Several Stories of the Saw. Tour of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre House with Gunnar Hansen, Off the Hook with Terry McMinn, The Business of Chainsaw, an interview with production manager Ron Bosman, deleted scenes and outtakes, blooper reels, trailers, and TV and radio spots.
When I went to Mad Monster Party Con, they had the original Saw from I think it was from part 2, which is the one that had the Saw's family on the blade and
Oh yeah,
everything.
yeah,
That
yeah.
was cool.
Oh,
That
neat.
was really cool to see that.
Well, we did meet someone from the full Texas Chainsaw Massacre history, of course, with Jennifer Banco. She was in,
Yeah, yeah.
in part 3. So.
All right, so to recap the week of February 28th, we had Betwixt Now and Sunrise, the authentic cut, which we think is a alternate version of Twixt.
Yeah, because it says 2011, and there's no. If you look at Betwixt and Now Sunrise, it has 2022 or something on the list, so like on IMDb. So I think that you're right. It's one film. This is just a couple extra different cut of it.
We had Undead from 2003, Attack of the Beast Creatures from 1985. 2 films you can find in your local gas station: The Night Has Eyes from 1942 and The Human Monster from 1939. And our pick of the week, MPI Media Group's release of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in 4K. The big selling point there is a never before seen feature-length documentary, The Legacy of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So that one may be worth a double dip on if you want to see that documentary, which I do. And that's it for February.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll release that documentary eventually as like a standalone.
I'm hoping, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna probably get this anyway just for the 4K. Honestly, that's
You're
a
supposed to be
film.
getting it sent, so I'll follow up on that. You're
Yeah,
supposed
because
to
they
get the
that movie that I will upgrade every single time. It's just like The Exorcist. When The Exorcist came out, anytime they
Yeah.
would release a new version, I would just buy it.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
remember, I mean, they did tell us they were going to send it, like, but it was a while ago now. It was, so it probably wasn't finished.
yeah, yeah,
It was early on, so you might get it soon. Because I remember the same thing when the same company sent me my DVD of Symphony. It took it came out like a couple of weeks after the release or around the release of it. So
All right, guys. Well, we will see you back here next month for
yep.
our March Discmemberment. We're speeding right on through the year,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
we'll.
and just in case you're wondering, and people can keep an update, I know VHS 99, which we loved, was listed for the first week. It did get delayed because I know I had it pre-ordered on Amazon. It got delayed till May now. So I'm
Yeah,
hoping that means because they're adding a couple of extra little features on it too.
yeah. Good catch on that one, Brian. Because I had it listed for this month, but
Yeah,
that's
like I
okay.
said, the only reason
Hopefully,
I knew is because I like the fact I had it actually pre-ordered. So I noticed that the date shifted quite a bit. So I did a little research. Every site has it now as May, like I think it's like 23rd, 25th, something like that.
and sorry for my disappearing ghost Amazon package back here that keeps popping in and
Oh
out.
yeah. Well, that's why I decided like for the video things now, I no longer have the microphone or my headset because that way I can get the full background.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
nice. All right, guys. We'll see you back here next month. Take care.
Yeah.